Welcome to Movers.com, the last stop for all your moving needs.
I'm Cassandra Rose. I am here with Movers.com, and I'm here with
Leeor from 777 Movers.
Can you just tell us a little bit about your company?
Yeah, we're family owned and operated. Been in the business since 2007. Started really small, just me, my brothers, my dad, and we have over 37 employees right now that are just in the moving, and of course we employ people in the office as well. We do have 2 branches, one in Las Vegas in Nevada and one in Sacramento in California. And all of our movers are our movers. They've been with us for a very long time. They've been background checked. They've been medically screened for drugs and alcohol and physically trained before ever working for our companies. So when we show up with a group and a crew and they have uniform, it's not just day labor that we gave shirts. It's our employees on our payroll. We do everything from start to finish. So from, of course, coming in, doing loading and unloading of the truck, any disassembly, reassembly of furniture that requires that. We provide storage, anywhere from 2 days of storage to 10 years of storage. It's completely up to the customer. Do everything on delivery as well. Put it back in the right plot places. If you need any help with packing or unpacking, those are definitely services that we offer.
What specific services do you offer customers? Long distance, local, that sort of thing?
Okay, we do everything pretty much move related. So anything that has to do with packing, of course, loading and unloading, disassembly and reassembly of furniture. We provide storage. It depends on the size of the move and the time that the move takes place. It can be anywhere between a month and 2 months of free storage, and then anything after that is just competitive rates to any other storage place.
Okay.
Good thing about that is that whenever the customer is ready for delivery, we actually take it out of the storage, reload it onto the truck, and ship it out to them, and that's free. And then, of course, delivery services. So anything on the other end, if the customer wants us to put it in certain rooms, if they want us to reassemble stuff, if they want us to even unpack everything. Of course, everything depends on price, but it's definitely something that we do.
What specifically sets your 777 Movers apart from other, moving companies?
I think there are a few things. I think that with us, we really make sure that our movers are background checked. They're medically screened for drugs and alcohol periodically. They are all physically trained in our warehouse before they ever start working in a customer's home.
Wow.
So when we send out a team, they're not just day labor in our uniform. They're people, employees that have been with the company for a certain period of time that came with recommendations from other companies. And they are our employees, so we don't just show up with people at home. It's actually us.
Okay.
I think a few other things is that because we are family owned and operated, it's a little bit easier for us to really stay true to price match guarantee. A lot of people say, oh, we're a price match guarantee company, but then when you actually give them apples to apples, they're like, oh, I can't really do that. With us, because it really is us from start to finish, it's a lot easier for us to take the paperwork and say, okay, I'll match that, plus I'll give you 100, 150, 200 off of whatever is remaining.
Okay.
So I think that that's something that really sets us apart.
What's it like working in a family-owned, operated business?
Good question. It's really awesome. I think that when you actually care of where the money's going to, you also care about the reputation. So for me to sell a move right now, it's not necessarily to get your business and screw you over $1,000, $1,200 and make profit off of you, and you're never going to refer someone to me. You're not just a number, you're a customer. I know your name, I know your family situation, I know everything about you. So whenever we move you, you're part of our family, and you will make sure that you refer your friends, your family to us. I think that's really huge with us being a family owned and operated. So when you call back, I can call downstairs and say, hey Ty, you know what, right now I actually have so-and-so on the phone. He knows your story, he knows what's going on, and you always talk to the same people. It's not just you're calling a 1-800 number and whoever picks the phone picks the phone.
Can you tell us a little bit about how your family gives back to the community? I saw on Facebook you guys did a few donation drives recently.
Right. I think that for us, because when we started, it was literally my two brothers on the truck and me in the office. So, it started from just us doing that, and slowly by building the reputation, we now have over 9 trucks. We have so many employees, so we're so grateful. And all of that is because of customer loyalty, and over 75% of our customers are return customers. So all of that being said, it's definitely important to give back. We really find a lot of importance in that. There was one with the hurricane that what we did, there was a community next to us that we actually knew a person that was in there. He did a drive. He said, whoever can donate clothes, food, whatever he can, I want to ship some stuff UPS. And he was amazed with the amount of people that actually came forward. And he contacted us, seeing if we can get any discounts, and we were actually able to do a whole semi-trailer for free, going out with the donations that they came up with. Another thing we did, which was actually a really fun project, with Toys for Tots, was in Christmas. One of the high schools in Las Vegas is West Tech Career Academy, I believe it's called. They came up, I think they had 300 bicycles that they came up for donations with for kids. So we actually sent a truck to Walmart. The kids got to pick out the colors. We took the bicycles to the kids. It was really, really fun.
And did you personally decide to get into the moving industry because of your family, or was it something you had interest in prior?
Okay, good question. I am right now in dental school, so
okay.
I'm working,
managing
the office, and I'm in dental school. It's definitely a lot of work. But when we kind of decided on doing this, it was an all-together decision. So when we came to Vegas, we were actually from Los Angeles. So when we came to Las Vegas, there were a few different opportunities, and the moving industry was suffering so much because when we started, it was a huge scheme of companies saying, it's $1,000, we'll do it for $20,000. So there was such a demand for a company that was good and honest that would actually grow. Mm-hmm. And we found an opportunity in that, and we did start small, and thank God that we are where we are right now.
What is the most important piece of advice you can give to someone currently planning a move?
Be honest with your representative. I feel like sometimes people, when I talk to them on the phone and I'm like, hey, walk me through your house, tell me what you're moving, they'll say, maybe a table, chairs, and 10 boxes, knowing very well that the bed is moving, that the sofa is moving, that they're going to have 100 boxes. Things like that don't make a change for me. I'm going to move on with my day to the next anyway. But when I tell you a price, I want to know that I'm as straightforward as I can with you, and I don't want to have any surprises, because surprises for you on the day of the move are huge surprises for me as well. Anywhere from scheduling, so if I have one team scheduled for 5 moves and one move grows from 200 cubic foot to 2,000 cubic foot, that's a really, really big thing for us.
Is there a specific time of the week or time of the year you could recommend people move to save money a little bit?
Time of the week or day of the week and time of the day, that doesn't really matter. Month in the year, I think that really the slower season kind of hits after December.
Okay.
So I feel like for people that are really trying to save money, I would do it somewhere after the holidays, right after New Year's, and maybe before the income tax comes back, because that's when people really start to pick up again, and then it's very busy and prices go up again.
What is your most memorable moving experience, either working for your company or personally?
So there was a lady that her husband has just passed away, and she was going to move to New York to be with her children.
Okay.
She was elder, so I think she was somewhere in her 70, 75 range, and she wasn't very healthy. So it was a process for her to do the move. We couldn't really come one day, do everything, and move. So we actually, throughout 2 weeks, would send 2 people at a time to kind of slowly pack the stuff, because everything meant so much to her, and it was her husband's stuff and she couldn't let go. And after that whole process, we put it on a semi-trailer, we shipped it out, and when we got to her son in New York, she had passed away. And it was he didn't want to take the stuff and he didn't want to accept it, and it was just too much and overwhelming. And for me, it was so overwhelming because I've known her. I've been working with her for a very long time. So I think that was the thing that really hit me hardest, was when you establish a relationship with a customer and you really know what's going on. When something like that happens, it's really good.
Just to lighten the mood a little bit,
Yeah.
What is the strangest thing you guys have ever moved?
Oh,
a problem.
we moved a sex therapist, and she had some very, very interesting things that were throughout the house.
Okay.
That she didn't pack before we got there.
Oh, no.
So when the men got there, they had to deal with some very special and unique, I guess accessories,
Right.
we can call them. And it was very interesting. Some of them were battery operated, so when we brought the boxes back to the warehouse, for a while there was some buzzing noise in the warehouse. It was very, very, very interesting. But yeah, I think that would have been one of the funny ones.
What would you say is the most common mistake customers should avoid when hiring a moving company?
Definitely, I would say to hire someone with never meeting face-to-face is a huge thing. I think when customers just talk on the phone with someone, and it can be someone in India, it can be someone in New York, when you're moving out of Las Vegas, when you're moving out of California, you want to know who you're dealing with.
Right.
You want to know if they're operating out of their garage in their house, or if they have a business. You want to know if it's a person on the phone or if it's a company. So I would say to go and visit the moving company. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Go and see who your representative is, who the business is. If the representative works in a different branch, I know sometimes there are different branches, go and talk to someone that represents the company. Take a look at the warehouse. Is it climate controlled? Is it 24-hour surveillance? Is it clean? You're going to deposit your entire household goods in this company's hands. You want to know who you're dealing with. I think that would be something big. I would say first read it out based on the Better Business Bureau, based on the American Moving and Storage Association, based on protectyourmove.gov. So go on these places that are regulated. Don't just Google it. Find something that people go in, regulate, check it, government or state emphasis places. And once you weed it down based on that, don't even deal with price, because price is negotiable. Okay. So once you weed it down to companies that are reputable, to companies that you trust, then start building your relationship with 3 or 4 companies. And I would say go and visit each of those. Just go and take a look, and that will really kind of give you the vibe of the business, right? Are they stressed? Do they answer the phone? If you're sitting there for 30 minutes and the phones are just ringing and no one's answering, that's an issue.
Okay.
So these are things that you can definitely pick up the tone of a company when you go and you see them.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you.
And good luck on all your future moves.
Thank you so much.